Hey YouTube, while Open Great League is on this week because it is off next week, let's look at a Open Great League team from Kevin, who wrote, this Open Great League team got me from 2200 to veteran in 3 days. Magcargo offers a rare combination of heavy fire damage with bulk similar to Serperior, along with amazing meta resistances and Rock Tomb utility. The secret to this success is that 75% of water and ground Pokemon in the main meta don't use water or ground fast move attacks, leaving plenty of room to outmaneuver its opponent's counter with proper shield and team support. Okay, yeah, I guess you got some bulk in the back that you can catch some moves on. Serperior is going to deal with the ground. Lapras deals with the water, so it makes sense. Let's take a look at it in action here. So, fantastic lead. Double weak to fire here, so they're going to get out immediately and into Credilli. Gonna stay in, hit them with the Rock Tomb. They also hit you with the Rock Tomb, which you are weak to, so this will be super effective. And get that extra bullet seed through on the fast move timing there. So Rock Tomb does land. Lapras coming in. I'm surprised you're not coming Serperior, because Serperior's got a decent matchup. Only need to deal with the Rock Tomb and the Frenzy Plant's neutral, or as opposed to you just took a super effective Grass Knot here, or Rock Tomb. I didn't see what they think. Both moves are super effective. You do have Ice Beam, but I mean, what do we talk about? Sorry, never mind. There's Steel. Sparkling Aria is the correct move. Can we get to another one? We can. So this will chip. They're probably going to let go and then just try and chip Magcargo and then sweep try and go whatever's in the back with the 2 shield here. So we'll have to see what's in the back. Get that Incinerate through. It is a Blastoise. Just going to get off a Rock Tomb to lower their attack. But Serperior should just be able to clean this up pretty quickly. Tier 2. But grab that shield. Even better. I mean, do you assume they're just not going to bait an Ice Beam or... Yeah, I was about to say. It's a pretty risky bait. Now it's an easier bait to do because now they can go Hydro and you have to shield. This is the way I personally recommend always shielding up the first one. I've kind of explained it in like the what's it called? The Jump Fluff versus Morpeko matchup, where I always say like, yes, Aura Wheel boosts your attack, but I will always shield the first Aura Wheel, because if they go Aura Wheel, then they are like 90% chance going to bait Psychic Fangs the second time. Whereas opposed if you like shield the first Aura Wheel up, they have to go for Aura Wheel for the second. So it's kind of like a situation here. Like once they land that Ice Beam, it's much, much easier for them to bait the second time around. But able to get to a Frenzy Plant here on the Blastoise to take out here. Okay, Credilli. So we know you're going to get outpaced to the Rock Tomb, and we know the Rock Tomb is super effective. So if you go for that Incinerate, they're going to get to a move here. And they do. If you want proper timing, you throw one Incinerate and then the Rock Tomb or the Overheat. I mean, it's not the worst. 10 versus 12. You can't go another one, else you're going to get to another Rock Tomb. So you're going to kind of have to just catch. Or back to back here. Yeah. That works too. And they do go down as a Marowak. 2 shield Marowak is going to be tough even in good matchups here. I'm surprised you're not going Serperior. Obviously, they have Rock Slide. Mud Slaps are neutral here. And your Serperior is quite a win con here because they are double weak to Grass in the back. Just going to try and chip as much as you can with these Sparkling Arias. They're going to have to throw. You're going to get another one off here, which is fine. They're going to have 2 moves. They're probably just going to go Surf here, take you out, because that's all they need. They're probably going to have a second one. Do you just like sacrifice the Magcargo and then try and sweep with Serperior? Yeah, I kind of like this. Like, you know they have energy. Just let the energy just be dropped on this and then Serperior to sweep. Yeah, I think that was heads up. What do they have left? Yeah, I guess Shadow Ball would be the hardest thing, because it's just a Rock Slide here, right? And you don't even need to like go for Frenzy here. You can just go straight Aerial Aces. There's one. Timing, your timing has been a little off here. Fast move timing. There's one, so one in throw. There's two. And it should take out from this range because they are shadow. And then you should be able to Vine Whip down. Yep. Talonflame, good lead. Everything on their end is resisted, and you have super effective, double super effective Rock Tomb. So they may try and catch here. Nope. I like the actual Incinerate through because everything is resisted on their end versus them trying to like catch you. They're going to try and catch here. Nope, they're just don't know how to play this matchup out. Here's how you play the matchup out if you're at the Talonflame. Get out of the matchup. What are they doing? What are they doing? Fire's resisted on the fire. Flying resisted on the rock. Even a boosted Brave Bird is not going to do anything. Rock Tomb's double super effective. There is no matchup for Talonflame here. You need to get out of this matchup. And why are you double shielding? Finally getting into Gastrodon. Just going to overheat before we go down here, which is fine. Chip and go down, and then Serperior will just sweep up here. Plus, they're going to be switch locked, so if they come back in Talonflame, you can instant swap to Lapras here. Maybe not after a couple body slams. Maybe they won't be as switch locked here. So get ready to switch here. I don't love taking that extra Incinerate. Like, you can just easily get into the Lapras to eat this. Especially that, yeah, now you got to shield up a move. Again, it's fine. You would have to shield up Lapras anyways, but one in throw. No, don't go. Man, you're taking a lot of damage here unnecessarily. More Pekko in the back. Like, we could have two-shielded this to easy win here. I mean, you still may win this out. Opting to let the aura. What are you doing, my man? Frenzy here, and hope you can get one Vine Whip and an Aerial Ace here. If you don't win this, this is the biggest. Okay, wow. I was about to say that would have been one of the biggest throws I've ever seen. Okay, that was way, way closer than it needs to be. Okay, so Drifblim getting to the move on CMP. They catch on a Diggersby, so nice catch. But you do have, Tackle is resisted, so I don't mind the staying in there because you get some energy back and Tackle's resisted. Coming in Serperior, I guess makes sense, right? Vine Whip, Frenzy, super effective. Fire Punch is super effective, and it comes pretty quick. Yeah, here comes the second one already because you let them farm so much. But so be it. Take a couple Frenzies. Take a couple Fire Punches. Get off a Frenzy here. Frenzy's a nuke and super effective, so I don't really care how bulky Diggersby is. They're less than half. This should take them out. Drifblim going for the resisted Frenzy as opposed to the neutral Aerial Ace. Under the assumption, I think correctly, that a single resisted Frenzy does more than a non-stab Aerial Ace. But I know why you went Aerial Ace there, because you did not think you would get to a Frenzy. I didn't think you would either. Getting that extra Incinerate through. If it's Ice Beam, you can easily live. If it's Shadow Ball, yeah, worth the shield. And oh, pour them. Dugong in the back. Magcargo with a ton of energy here. There's one. I would go one more. I would throw one more Rock Tomb and force that shield. But coming in here and just Psy Waving down and taking these non-stab drill runs and then taking them out with Psy Waves and coming out with energy is just as good. So it didn't matter too much. Talonflame, please, opponent, please get out of this matchup. There you go. Into your safe spot for Alligator and going to get a Hydro off because you're staying in too long. Catching it on the Serperior. They could have got it off because they made that switch pretty quickly and you went to 15. So you're kind of lucky that you did catch that move there. They had a couple of claws. Yeah, it could be Ice Beam. Going for the Frenzy, not testing the non-stab Aerial Ace. So they did grab a shield. Ooh, I'm really surprised they really want to flip switch here. Which you can just let this go and come in Psy Wave down. And catching, okay. I mean, sure, you got some energy and you made a nice catch. taking a resisted move. And they came in Talonflame. They're gonna be like double water or something. That's my only concern, is that you could have came in with Lapras, got Psywave energy, and come up with energy into like a super good matchup here. Annihilate. Yeah, okay. Well, Annihilate will deal with Magcargo. Oh, and Lapras. You are double weak to fighting. I didn't even notice that off the front end. You are double weak to fighting, going straight overheat. And they let it go, assuming that you are maybe go Rock Tomb. And now we are going to go Rock Tomb on a Feraligatr, which will lower its attack. So it's going to have to Hydro you out, which is your double weak to water. This will be a one-shot for sure. But now it'll be 2 attack lower to take this out, or Psywave takes out before you even get to the Hydro. Wiggly, good lead. They're going to probably get out. Into Cladle, so going to hit them with Serperior. Resisting the Mud Slaps. Frenzy, super effective. Rock Tomb will land. It'll be neutral. That's fine. You can farm up a bit here. Frenzy goes. Does not take out that Rock Tomb, lowering their attack enough, but do farm down. I already forget what was in the front. Oh yeah, Wiggly. So this is good. Like a couple frenzies here. This will chip. Your attack is lowered, but a couple frenzies will put this pretty low. Not out, because your attack is lowered. If your attack wasn't lowered, it's borderline taking it out in 2. But yeah, attack lower, there's no chance you're taking it out. Oh yeah, you definitely would have taken it out in 2 if it wasn't for that. And what's in the back? A second ground. Well, that second ground is Marowak, which just makes it a little trickier. Marowak is obviously a 2-shield beast, but you have 2 shields as well. That Bone Club lands and does a good amount of damage that you are just slapping Bone Club range here. So you're going to have to shield up at least 1 here. Get off a second Sparkling Aria. My guess is they're going to shield your Sparkling Aria and then try and like catch your third one, or grab a shield on your second and then try and snipe. I forget how much energy they have, but there's the second shield. I expect them to throw and try and take you out here. And then, okay, both try to instant catch. Yeah, smart on both of you. Good read. A good read on their end for trying, because they kind of had to, and good read on your end knowing that it was coming. So we will Blast Burn. No, overheat our way out of this matchup. Okay, Clodsire. Poison is resisted. Obviously, we need to watch out for the Stone Edge or the Earthquake. But getting to the overheat, going to overheat and bail this one. Into what? Okay, lands. I guess it makes sense. Psywave user. Malamar. Psywave is triple resisted. I mean, if they throw superpower right away, that's good. But yeah, I was about to say, if not, not even going to fake it. Like it's going to be a superpower. Just going to go straight foul play there. Sparkling Aria lands. Try and get it off before they get to another move here. You do. Psywave is just so resisted going the other way on the Dark Psychic that they... Yeah. So, do you want to flip switch here? Because if you can, you shield, you can. They go foul play again. What are they doing? Why would they not superpower? And there's a Pangoro in the back. So now they cannot align the Pangoro on the rock. I mean, close combat and a bail would be pretty tough. Yeah, so going to shield up close combat. They're going to bail. And here comes the snipe with this. Gonna let it go. Instant swap. Try to incinerate down. Going to shield this one up. It is an Earthquake, which would have been double super effective. So going to come out with multiple moves. Obviously, Rock Tomb, even though it's resisted, does not matter. Pangoro's got to start shielding everything. Rock Tomb's resisted on the fighter, but lowering that attack is huge. And this time, not going to bait here. Just going to try and take this out so that the Frenzy can kind of... The Serperior can take out the rest. And when they saw one Rock Tomb, they may not shield the second one up, which they did not. So again, Clodsire. So we're going to play this out. I can feel it in my nose and throat. My kids are getting sick, and I can feel it coming my way. Okay, Sludge Bomb. Resisted... throwing a resisted Sludge Bomb on the rock going for the overheat and bail like last time. They let it go. It lands again. Psywave. Ooh. And it's a Primeape coming into a Psywave user. They are double weak to Psychic already. Are they running like a double fighter and they're like, oh, poison resist fairy? It's like, yeah, but there are Psywave users in this meta and a lot of them. Letting that close combat go. Kind of surprised. Gonna have to shield up this close combat. Just farm down. Come out with some energy. Their Aerial Ace range here. You don't need a Frenzy. They're in the deep red. Aerial Ace would be more than enough here. But, and they shield. Probably have a Sludge Bomb and want to get it off on you to hit super effective. And probably have a fighter in the back here. Nope. In the back is a Feraligatr, which hits double super effective against your rock fire. So if you cannot get to a move here, which you can, so you're going to just let this go and try and come in and the problem is you're going to have to shield the Hydro here because Hydro will take you out from this range. So you can farm up a little bit here. I wouldn't go too much. You can just go Aerial Ace. Yes, please don't throw the Frenzy here. So Aerial Ace will take it out, and then Aerial Ace will take this out. Magcargo is an interesting one. I've been using Typhlosion a lot this season. I'm using it a lot in the Remix Cup. You'll see that team next week because I'm actually doing. I had a absolutely ridiculously terrible. I had a 17 game losing streak trying like 4 different teams, and I just straight loss. It was insane. But since this Typhlosion team, I'm on like a 13-2 win streak. So yeah, kind of crazy. Super Power lands, but we did lower the attack, so we'll take switch here. What's coming in? It is a ground, so it is Clodsire, so poison's resisted, so maybe with the lowering attack you can get to an overheat here before they get to a move. Yeah, so okay, that's not terrible actually. So going to overheat and just going to stay in, and they give up switch to Feraligatr, which means now we can align here. Are we gonna try and catch here? No. Was that an Ice Beam or no? No, it was just a crunch. The defense does fall. So going for the Aerial Ace. The problem is now with crunch, they can get to these moves like quicker here and take you out here if you want them to. What you can just come and Psywave down. So that's what's going to happen. Hydro will land. We know this thing has crunch, but I probably would not be shielding a crunch in case they have like a Stone Edge. Even an Earthquake does more than a non-step crunch here. Although that does a decent amount, but coming out with some energy, should be able to outpace here. Here comes the first move. Going to shield that up. Let's see if it's Sludge Bomb. You maybe in Sludge. Nope, it is a Stone Edge. And back-to-back Sparkling Arias here should take out for the win. Oh, do not get to the second one. I thought you had 2 bank there. You did not, and a Stone Edge will take you out. Yeah, tough. I thought you had it. Drapion. So Aqua Tail, again, is double super effective, and they're going to get to it in before. Ooh, terrible timing. They threw on 10, which means you got a full Incinerate through. But that Aqua Tail is double super effective, so yeah, you have to shield. Could have got one more Incinerate for good timing there, but it's fine. And they try to catch, but they're just you saw you can go Rock Tomb. Now you get the Serperior on this. Gonna go one more. I was about to say, don't get too risky here. Don't want to take a double super effective Surf for no reason here. So they're gonna have to throw Shadow Ball, lowered attack. Doesn't even do 50%. We're gonna take it out before we take a second one. No, we are gonna try to farm a bit and take it out with Aerial Ace, and then come out with a bit of energy here. So there's that. I would throw Frenzy. Honestly, I would throw Frenzy blind. See, you cannot let them. You can't let them get to that. I mean, maybe they win CMP anyways, but maybe you try like I was gonna say one turn deny, but people kind of correct me saying like it's not one turn deny, it's just a game. You could have got a frenzy off there if you just like tapped and they didn't get to be able to click their charge move before you did it. And now you're down shields, and a Glycopod is spammy with these claws and X scissors here. And Ice Beam and Thing are both resisted, so this is looking like a loss here. So yeah, I think. I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna say that not getting the frenzy off is what cost you this matchup because I don't think it was, but you know, it didn't help the situation. That's for sure. And they are just going to let this go. Magcargo comes in and does take it down. And you have a move in a bit, so lowering the attack. And you maybe just be able to incinerate them down. You did lower the attack here. Move is coming. Double super effective, but lowered attack does take you out. And Psy Wave down before they Poison Jab down. Very, very close. Poison Sting down, I should say. Very, very close. Yeah, like I do think there's more play in this meta for fires than there have been in previous seasons, even though it is a very water ground dominated meta. I do think there is more play. Like I said, I've been using Typhlosion. I tried Ninetales, it was fun, but I think Typhlosion, I think Magcargo, I think both of those are Talonflame. I think those 3 fire Pokemon are probably better than Ninetales just because they have the coverage moves, typing advantages, stuff like that, as opposed to just being a pure fire. Like the rock kind of helps. Even though you pick up like a fighting weakness, it helps you in other ways. Plus that rock tomb, and then Talonflame as the flyer with the flying type moves and stuff like that. And Typhlosion with the Thunder Punch coverage for water. So I just prefer using those fires in this meta. But yeah, thanks for submitting. So it is again the Great League remix with Ultra League. So heads up for top teams tomorrow. And then the first video coming Wednesday morning. Talked about it enough. Me and the Poke Daxi interview. Buckle up. It's a long one. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.